Hey, what's up guys, it's Abrams and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys on how to moot part 2. In this video, I'm going to be more and specific because as of today, we are going to be looking at the actual written memorial. Let's just jump right in. So first and foremost, this is the two things that you guys should be prepared for. So there are two main things before you want to do your written submission. That is, it's not mandatory, it's not obligatory. It's, you know, in Bahasa Malaysia we say it's not wajib to do the skeletal brief. Think of it as a manuscript, think of it as a draft. So when you want to do something, you need to do a draft, which is called as the skeletal brief. Then secondly, the second part is that the actual written submissions that you have to write, submit, and bring it along with you during the mooting competition. So this is one example. You don't really have to read everything. Like I've mentioned before in the previous video, what's really important is this part, which is the issue or grounds in the case. Let me highlight this. Right, so these are the main points or things that you have to know. So once you know what are the issues, these are the things that you have to answer within the mooting competition, within your written submission, and when you give your oral submission. So once you got the issues found out, now we jump back to the fact of the case. So highlight the most important things, like I mentioned before, what are the conduct of the parties, the date, and the important laws mentioned. So we have the name Timothy, so we highlight the name Timothy. What are the laws? The NVGU Act 2021. The word banned her registration. Only boys are allowed to join the video game club, the video game union. Now we go to the skeletal brief. Okay, like I mentioned before, it's not mandatory, it's not obligatory for you to write a skeletal brief. You won't even be submitting it to your judges or the people organizing the competition. Is just more of a draft, a preparation. Divide the issues into like this, into two different paragraphs or categories. So for the first issue, write down the issue and then put all the related laws that you guys know and will be like a tool or instrument to support you. Okay, so this is the first issue and the second issue. So just put in the cases in point form. And then once you've done that, do a lot of intensive and in-depth research on the provisions onto the cases that you guys found. So look into all the acts, into the statutes, read a lot of online journal articles, go to maybe HART, maybe go to LexisNexis, go to CLJ, go to e-resources on UITM library. There are so many websites, and do a lot of research. Go to Google, type in Google Scholar, Google PDF. There will be tons and tons of information that you guys can rely on when you want to do your mooting. And then you have the conclusion, which includes a statement of claim, pleading reliefs, and prayers as well. Basically what this is that you conclude everything, written submission and oral submission. Say what you want from the court. So maybe you want to say that you seek from the court that this law is ultra-virus, so you want the court to revoke the law. You want the court to do the certiorari in order to declare that it is indeed unlawful, unconstitutional, and ultra-virus. Maybe you want to seek from the court damages and costs for the legal service. Now we go actually into the written submission. When you submit your written submission, it will be calculated as part of your marks. That is why I really highly emphasize that you do your written submission really properly. You can do, for your skeletal brief, it can be very simple and messy, but written submission, that's the most important thing that you have to take in mind and jot down. So here's an example of a cover page. For example, on the top right, it's optional. It depends on the organizers if they want a number or an alphabet to represent your team. And then you have the court, the name of the case, the date, and then if you're the applicant, write down applicant written submission. If you're the respondent, write down respondent written submission. Here is the table of contents. You need to have it after the cover page. pause the video if you'd like to look at it for a moment. Here's the list of authorities, the case laws, and the provisions. Remember to put in the page number so that the judges can refer to what page it is. You need to put in the case citation. This is not the actual case citation, this is just an example. Here's a brief summary. A brief summary is the synopsis of everything that you've done or written in your written submission or written memorial. So the judges can look at it, skim and scan, and just understand the whole point of your argument. And here it is. This is the actual written submission. So again, divide your issues into two paragraphs or two categories. So here I have the first issue up here. And then with the laws, I elaborate on the laws. Remember in the skeletal brief, I did the point form. Now in the actual written submission or written memorial, I expand that, I add more details, I add more emphasis, and I beef things up with proof and explain things. So here's an example. I put Article 8, and then I explain that. I put the case there, and I explain it as well. Alright guys, and one thing's for sure, if you guys can see the number on the left here, you guys need to put it because that represents the paragraph. So during your oral submission, you want to tell the judge to what page you want them to look at. Let's pretend that this is page 8. So you tell the judge, Young Arif, please refer to page 8, paragraph 1. So that's how you let the judge know which page it is. Footnote number here, number 1, so that the judge can look at the actual case with the actual citation down here below. In conclusion, you just conclude everything more briefly as compared to the brief summary, and then you ask for the statement of claim, your prayers, your pleadings, like you want the court to declare that it's ultra vires, you seek from the court damages, and among other remedies that you guys want to seek from the court. I hope that this video was really helpful and very simple in order to elucidate and explicate to everyone watching this video on the general idea of written submissions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was understandable. And if you guys want more help, I'm going to be posting the part 3 video on oral submission. And with that, I thank you guys so much for watching this video and spending your time, and see you guys next time. Thank you very much.